Hey, I'm Jamie, and what I want to talk to you about today is how to start up and scale up an investment property portfolio in the UK. So I'm 28 now, and I've been investing in property for the last 8 years, managed to build up a multi-million pound portfolio, net wealth millionaire now. And I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you that you can start up and scale up a property investment portfolio from any position in life, and I want to show you how you can too if I was starting from scratch today. Okay, so the first thing to start with, and probably a good bit of advice, is to get no money down out of your head. Now, it's a nice little buzzword, no money down property investing. Can it happen? Yes, but they are the unicorn deals. You're very unlikely to find them. And honestly, if you're looking to get in and get rich quick, I suggest you get out as quick as possible, because almost everyone that I've met that has lost money in property or lost money in any business is because they were trying to get rich quick. There is no get rich quick in property. It's a slow moving market. Okay, now there are businesses involved in property where you can get a load of money pretty quickly, which I'll talk about in a moment. But with investing, it is almost always for the medium to long-term gain. Okay, so what would I do with that? So number one, no money down, get it out of your head. There's always some money down, even with some of the more creative strategies out there, or you're using OPM, which is other people's money, but it's still somebody's money coming in. That's number one. Number two is invest in yourself before you start investing in property. Okay, what I mean by this is if you think you want to get involved in property, immerse yourself into education. Now, obviously there's mentorships, there's paid for trainings, which are fantastic. I run some myself. But before all of that, and I say this to even my students, before investing in my training, read some books on it. There's some fantastic books out there. I'll put some links down below of some books that I think are really great reads. Listen to some podcasts. Again, I'll link below. Other YouTube channels that are educational. Obviously this one, there's a few others that I'll tag in below. Really immerse yourself in the education sector to get a baseline understanding. Stage 3 in taking that to the next level before investing, putting money into your self-education and self-development, is join some property Facebook groups, okay? Try to learn about what goes wrong with investments before learning how to make things right. Often, the best deals are the deals that you didn't invest in, okay? Some of the best investments I've ever made are the ones I didn't invest in, saw somebody else go into, and then they went wrong. Okay, remember, everyone seems to focus on winning in property, but you never seem to assess if it goes wrong. Now, the next stage is learning how to actually become wealthy in general. Okay, some very basic financial basics. There's 3 M's of making money. There's making, managing, and multiplying. Now, you cannot multiply money if you don't know how to manage money, and you can't really manage money if you're not making money in the first place. So the first thing to do is look at your financials. Are you already living above your means, to your means, or below your means? Because often in life is how you do anything is how you do everything. And so if you're making 5K a month right now and you're spending 5K a month, if you end up making 8K a month, you're going to end up spending the same. So you really want to understand how to manage your money more effectively, and that's going to become really important when you're pricing in your investments, because if you go, it's going to be a 15 grand refurbishment. If you're not very good at managing your finances, I guarantee it will take 20 grand and it will take double the time that you thought about it. So now that we've gone over all of the misery of what to do before and all of the risks associated, how can you actually invest in property? Now, first of all, it's going back to that remit that we said before, in that you do need money to invest in property. Now, does this need to be your own money? Absolutely not. It can be other people's money, and I actively suggest that you seek out other people's money. However, just bear in mind that your inexperience adds risk to the person. So I like to get started in property with deal packaging or property trading. Okay, now what this is, if you don't know what that is finding an investment opportunity. It's finding an investor that wants that sort of opportunity, marrying them together and taking a fee in the middle. Now, first of all, this is a property business that I feel allows people to get involved in property for a very low risk, very low investment. And by the way, it's still a business. There's still some money that you need to put in. You still need a company. You still need some insurance. You still need some compliance. And I don't want to put people off, but I want to put off the people that think that there's no investment whatsoever into this. But your all-in investment is maybe £800, £900 rather than thousands of pounds. The great thing about doing this and deal packaging property trading is that actually the other person's money is still their money. You're not risking their funds in investing in you or your deal. They are experienced property investors, not your mum, not your family member, not somebody that doesn't understand property. And what you're able to do by following that process, by matchmaking, think of yourself as a personal shopper, if you like. They've given you their criteria, you go out and find it for them. You then get to understand the experience, not from a book, not from watching these YouTube videos, not from a training course, but by practically doing the thing that you want to learn yourself. And you might charge them a smaller fee. Typically £3,000 to £5,000 is fair. Say you do it for £3,000 for the first one, on the premise that they show you all of the process. So you don't just learn about conveyancing, you see it, you physically are immersed into the process. You don't just talk about the theory of refurbishment, you're physically understanding that things go over budget. How do they go over budget? How do they go over time? And you're actually immersing yourself in that. And then when it comes to the refinancing, did it refinance? When you're analyzing a property, did it stack up at the end? And so it's a very low risk way of you to get immersed into property as a business without taking on the risk of the property or putting other people's money at risk. Or the money that is at risk from other investors is they're experienced in the first place. So they know the risk that they're taking on and you get the fee. So this is how I started at the beginning. And I'll be honest with you, and a lot of people see deal packaging and property trading this way. I thought I'll do this for a year, build up a deposit, and then I'll stop that and get into property investment. I'll start taking it seriously a bit more. But actually, what I realized is there's a lot of money to be made in property trading. During lockdown, we're month 3, at the end of month 3, start of month 4 now, we've done around £300,000 in booked business from property trading. And, so there's a lot of money. And what do you think I do with that money? I then invest it into real estate or UK property investment, okay? So you do need some money to get started. I would package on a few deals. One, because you're getting some nice chunks of cash. You want to aim for £5,000, but start with £3,000. Pocket the money, reinvest it into marketing and self-education. Again, start with the free education and build yourself up if you think you need some more direction out there. And build up that deposit for the first house. And I always recommend your first investment is with the money that you've built up. You value it a lot more, you tend to take it more seriously, and if it's the first property, you're gonna put a lot of love, care, and attention in there. Fast forward 1 year on, remember I said this is not a get rich quick. Fast forward 1 year on, you've then worked with a load of investors that you've built up a relationship on. You've invested in your first property and you've seen the process through 10 times over, but now 1 time through with your own money. At that point, you've got great experience levels, you've built up great connections, and you've got a deep understanding of your investment market. I would then carry on trading and build that up, because now that you're running, you can make 10, 15, 20 grand a month. Not easily, it's still hard work. You need to put the hours in, but then you're building that up. But also, you've now got great relationships to those investors, and there's no reason you can't go to them. Hey, Jack, hey, Sarah, I've got this deal. I'm actually looking to invest in myself. Would you consider investing in me? Then we get onto other people's money. Now, the thing is, you are only ever limited by the amount that you've got in your account. Or are you? A lot of people think I've got 50 grand in my account, that's what I've got to invest. Actually, your net worth is your network. And if you've spent the last year building up your network, developing those relationships, immersing yourself in education, and all you get in the first year is that one property, don't let that deter you. The next year, you might buy 3 to 5. The next year you might buy one a month. Very quickly you start deciding, actually, I might start looking at commercial conversions where you can convert an office space into a block of flats, or you might buy a block of flats. You might end up buying some land. But you know, every master was once a disaster, and now that you can sprint, it started with a crawl. And you need to start out small and build it up. You know, I can't remember who said this, the 8th wonder of the world is compound interest. I think it was Einstein, actually. And it's the same with your efforts. If you do something every day, one thing every day, pushing you forward to that financial freedom, financial opulence, whatever you're looking to achieve right now, just remember what you can achieve in the short term, you're always going to overestimate, and what you can achieve in the mid to long term, you'll always underestimate. So plug away on a daily basis, immerse yourself in this education, start trading some deals, start building those relationships, start really understanding the end-to-end process. And then once you've got those fees there that have built up, you're reinvesting in yourself, buy your first property, experience it all the way through, the pros, the cons, what you've come up against, and then and only then would I start working with other people. And you've got a lot of credibility there that you've built up over the years, and you can implement that over the next 5 years, the next 10 years, to start building your £1 million portfolio, and then look at the passive income that you can throw yourself forward, travel around the world, buy the cars that you want. But it all starts with that first property trade. So guys, hopefully that's been helpful. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you on the next video.